Hello and welcome back to Crypto Saving Expert Morning News Show, where we talk about the latest cryptocurrency news and take a look at the markets so that we all know exactly what is happening. Today we have a huge amount of interesting news to talk about today. It's got very interesting in the space of crypto. So let's take a look at CoinMarketCap first and see what's happening here. So we have Bitcoin at $21,210 and we have Ethereum at $1,575. Both of these are up humongously. That's not the word I wanted to say. Tremendously in the last 7 days. We've seen Ethereum up 18% so far, and we've seen Bitcoin up 21.62%, competing with the gains from the altcoins we're seeing with Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that is very, very positive. Usually we like to see these sort of gains from altcoins, but we're actually seeing them from Bitcoin. The markets are looking super, super bullish. So let's take a look and do some chart analysis now to see what's happening over there, because this will really be the telltale sign of what's to come. Taking a look at the 1 hour chart, I'm sure if you're on crypto Twitter, you've seen this chart pattern being drawn out by many big players. We can see here we have an ascending channel. I'm not going to call it a bear flag or a bull flag. I'm just going to call it a channel because that is causing a huge amount of debate over on crypto Twitter. But right now, regardless of that debate, we all still have the same levels of support and resistance that we're looking at. We're looking at the support level down at $21,045, and we have a level of resistance up at $21,535 as well. So we're waiting for a breakout from that chart pattern, and hopefully we get one. We've been waiting for this breakout since back in, let me take this off, I'm logged out of TradingView, so this is going to be an absolute nightmare. Since Saturday the 14th of January. So we've been in this channel for 4 days now on the 1 hour chart, waiting for a breakout from this very small price range. It's only about $500 price range that we're waiting to break out from. Hopefully we do within the next couple of days. I mean, I'd like to see one today. I'd like to see which direction we are headed. We are looking at the Bitcoin 1 hour chart. So let's move out down here. And we also have the CME gaps that both me and Jordan have been talking about on our own channels. We have a CME gap down at $2,000 for Bitcoin, and we also have one up at $28,000 for Bitcoin. Now, let's see what the fear and greed index is, because I've not prepared this, but it'd be interesting to see because it's risen a lot over the last couple of days. It's currently at 52, so that's signaling there isn't that much fear in the markets right now. People are feeling a lot more positive. The difference to this positivity compared to bull market positivity is right now, some people have a huge amount of FOMO because they were calling for $10,000 Bitcoin, not dollar cost averaging, and waiting for those lower prices. And if they haven't actually managed to accumulate during those lower prices and haven't been dollar cost averaging, they are now having huge amounts of FOMO, thinking they've missed the bottom of the market and wanting to buy in. So that makes it very different from the lack of fear that we see in a bull market. That's not me saying we won't go down again. There is two arguments to this battle, to this two huge arguments for both sides. One being that we have a CME gap down at $20,000, and one being that we have a CME gap up at $28,000. The bullish signal would be that there's huge amounts of FOMO in the space right now. And the bearish signal would be that the fear and greed index is too high, and Bitcoin always takes the path of most pain. So we need to look at the shorts and longs positions and see which is the path for most pain for Bitcoin to really determine that. But taking a look now at the news, let's head over there. Let's see what's in the chat. Hamzak is here, says smash the like button. Jerome is here. JB is here. It's nice to see the same faces every day when we do these live streams. Let's set a like goal for today's video because we haven't done so yet. Let's try and get to, what should we say, 50,000 50 likes on today's video. That would be a good target for us to hit. Let's see what we're on now. We are currently at we are on 2,069 subscribers, and we have so far 25 likes on today's stream. So please make sure to continue pressing that like button, pressing subscribe, and joining us where we do these live streams every single day at 11 a.m. Moving on to the news, let's see what's going on over here. Japan urges the US and EU to consider regulating crypto like banks. Japan's regulator, the FSA, believes that the crypto industry should be under strict regulations similar to those that govern the operations of banks. The FSA is thus urging global regulators, particularly those in the US and the European Union, through the Financial Stability Board, to institute measures and controls funding traditional financial industries in the crypto sector. So what I don't want to see from this is I don't want to see people trying to regulate, I don't want to see the regulators trying to regulate cryptocurrency in a way that it stops certain people having access. Not everybody can access traditional financial methods. And if that same access limit is put on cryptocurrency, that would be a huge shame, but it wouldn't be able to stop us because it's decentralized. And we would be able to find a way to still trade these assets. They can't regulate them in the way they think they can. But they have said crypto has become this big. If you like to implement effective regulation, you have to do the same as you regulate and supervise traditional institutions. What's brought about the latest scandal isn't cryptocurrency technology itself. Its loose governance, lacks internal controls, and the absence of regulation and supervision. The words did not come out my mouth then. James is saying the DXY is trying to hold 102 level. Let's take a look at that before. Oh, we can't. It's too late. Let's carry on with this. The FTX's collapse has increased calls for stronger regulation. That it has. And I think regulation is important in the space right now. We need some regulation to stop things like this happening, but we need to regulate the space in the right way. And that is a huge concern for everybody in cryptocurrency. We've seen over the last couple of months, but prior to FTX being bankrupt, we saw Sam Bankman-Fried proposing ideas and working with the New York State to work out regulation for the cryptocurrency industry. Obviously, now the regulation he was proposing may not be used because we've all realized how wrong and incompetent he really was. But we are seeing people trying to regulate the space in the correct ways. We just want to make sure, primarily, that anybody can still access cryptocurrency with these new regulations in place, but that it gets rid of these bad actors in the space, because we don't want bad actors in the space. We see people like Sam Bankman-Fried who can completely tank the market. We went down about 30% when Sam Bankman-Fried's I can't get on this. I'll log in for tomorrow's video when Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX went bankrupt. So we do need some regulation, but it's how they regulate it, and that will be very important and something that will cause a huge amount of debate in crypto, I imagine. But moving on now to Binance. Binance has destroyed $575 million worth of BNB in its first coin burn of 2023. Jason has said, I have asked several chatbots about when Crypto Saving Expert is launching. They all said to ask Jess. This is not information that I personally can share. I don't think Jordan would be very happy with me. But what I can tell you to do is go to cryptosavingexpert.com. There's an email coming out in the next few days, as in you should go over. I've just went on the, I don't want to give that information, what I've just done. No, we can't do that. I can't show you the site. It's not going to load up the correct one for me. In the next couple of days, there's going to be a very exciting email coming to your email box. If you go to cryptosavingexpert.com, which we can get here, and press up sign up here, you can see that you can get, if you put your email in this box, you'll get the latest emails, and the emails may be announcing something very, very exciting. So just make sure to sign up through that link and you will hear what is going on very, very soon. We've worked so hard on this. We've actually been working on this for over a year now, getting everything together. It's looking amazing. It's going to be really, really good. And I'm really excited for everybody to see it and to be able to use our own news site on these live streams as well. And that is what is coming soon. Let's carry on now to the next article. We have Binance destroys $575 million worth of BNB in its first coin burn of 2023. So let's explain this a little bit. I just want to check that everybody understands. Someone asked me in yesterday's live stream what burning tokens mean. It just basically means sending them out of circulation. So you're putting them into a wallet that nobody can get access to, removing them from circulation, reducing the supply of the token, and they're reducing the circulating supply of the token, and therefore artificially increasing demand. So it is a good thing for the cryptocurrency. I know it sounds sometimes, if you don't know what it is, it sounds a little bit negative, but it's a very positive thing for Binance to have done. So this is their 22nd coin ban and has removed 2 million BNB worth an estimated $575 million from circulation. And they announced this on Twitter. The quarterly BNB coin bans have been around since Binance was launched in 2017. Their main goals is to halve the initial 200 million BNB issued during the Binance ICO. Data from CoinMarketCap shows that there is a total of 159.9 million BNB still in circulation, meaning that Binance is almost halfway through its mission of reducing the digital assets total supply to 100 million. And this is a metric on their tokenomics that actually makes it a very interesting investment. When we're looking at different altcoins to invest into, we want to take a look at the market cap, we want to take a look at the circulating supply, we want to see how they are releasing more tokens into circulation, and it's also useful to see how we are burning tokens. And when we see this goal and we see that they're actively burning tokens, this makes it a very attractive investment, especially for me personally. Obviously, nothing is financial advice. I just want to share that piece of information with you. So Binance has pumped 42.6% since mid-December. Binance Coin has had an eventful first few weeks of 2023. The digital asset opened the month and year at a value of 246.3 and pumped 27% to hit a local peak of $314 on Saturday. And Binance Coin has set a local low of $220 in mid-December, indicating that it pumped 42.9% in about a month. So the BNB chart has taken a nice rise. So has every other cryptocurrency, and not every other one, obviously, but a lot of the altcoins have performed very, very nicely, and hopefully they continue to do so. It really does depend on what Bitcoin does from that channel that we are in right now. That is really annoying that I've not logged into TradingView, but we'll get that sorted for tomorrow's video. Hamzak said, can't wait for the launch. Finally, it is coming, but just make sure to get yourself signed up to that email address so you can hear exactly what's coming in the next couple of days. Now let's take a look at how many likes we have hit so far. We are currently on it's on 33 likes. Let's have a like goal of 50 likes by the end of today's stream, and some followers as well. We're on 2,073 subscribers right now. We're trying to get to 100,000 by the end of the year, and Jordan has promised me that I can have the plaque displaying in my studio if we do so, and that is a goal. So please hit like and subscribe and press the bell notification button so that you don't miss out on our daily live streams. So taking a look at the next article here, the Bank of England governor questions the need CBDC cites UK's current settlement system. So the governor of the Bank of England has questioned the need for a central bank digital currency, insisting that the United Kingdom's current money settlement system is still capable. So we were discussing this in yesterday's live stream. If a central bank digital currency is introduced, this means that the government have to teach people how to use cryptocurrency, and therefore means mass adoption for cryptocurrencies that are not central bank digital currencies. So this is a huge benefit for the cryptocurrency space. The issue with the Bank of England not making a central bank digital currency while the rest of the world means that other currencies are going to become much more popular, have a load more transactions, and therefore our economy is not going to be able to keep up with this. If we take a look, we'll skip an article now first and take a look at this one. USDC has facilitated $4.5 trillion in transactions just on the Ethereum blockchain. So this is a huge amount and is showing the capabilities of blockchains, and that is just on the Ethereum blockchain. Most of these transactions, are approximately 60%, were through smart contracts on the chain. And the report explained the high percentage of smart contract-enabled transactions highlights the importance of USDC in not only facilitating faster and cheaper payments, but also in enabling the programmability of the money. So we're seeing how blockchain can facilitate a huge amount of transactions, and how this can be moved forward for central bank digital currencies. If this is happening with fiat currencies tied to the dollar, tied to the euro, and we don't have one tied to the Great British Pound, it's just going to ruin us. We can't be left behind on things like this. It's a new technology, and if we get left behind, we need to continue to keep up at the start. Otherwise, it's a very difficult task to catch up with all of everything else. So let's carry on with this article. The Circle team reiterated that USDC remains redeemable at a 1-to-1 ratio to the dollar. Such redemptions have since exceeded $213 billion since the inception of USDC in 2023. Circle stated that about 80% of USDC reserves have held in 3 months US Treasuries because they are one of the most price stable and liquid assets in the world. They added that these reserves would be moved into the Circle Reserve Fund, wholly owned by Circle, managed by BlackRock, and custodied by the Bank of New York Mellon. Let's carry on now to the next article and see what's going on here. Moving on to Alameda's wallet, controlled by Liquidators, incurred $11.5 million loss in just 2 weeks' time. This shows how incompetent these people are. So let's take a look at what's happened. Arkham noted that 2 weeks before the liquidators took control of Alameda's wallet, they just had a short position of 9,000 ETH against the collateral of $20 million in USDC and $4 million in DAI, with a net balance of $15.2 million. Why they were short on ETH, I have no idea. The report stated that as of January the 16th, the account's current value stands at $1.1 million short Ether against $1.4 million in USDC, with a net balance of $300,000 after a series of liquidations over 2 weeks. So the most recent development of a series of market movements that have busted multiple Alameda positions left open after bankruptcy. So they had a short position, they did not close the short position, the markets have moved upwards, and they've been liquidated. The liquidators have been liquidated. The report cited after liquidation that occurred on December 29th when $7 million worth of USDC and $4 million worth of DAI were withdrawn from the decentralized crypto lending platform, Aave, and sent to a separate Optimism Layer 2 account. This was about 30 hours after the liquidators began to move assets out of Alameda wallets in response to the attack on mainnet. So the removal of the collateral on Aave on December the 29th placed Alameda's position dangerously close to liquidation, resulting in $11.4 million worth of USDC being sold off to liquidation bots on Optimism, while Aave Treasury received over $100,000 in USDC as liquidation tax. It's just unbelievable that they haven't got somebody in that understands cryptocurrency to see that this is an obvious thing that could happen and to stop this from happening. You can't just remove collateral from Aave and expect nothing to happen to your positions. If they had somebody in that actually know about cryptocurrency and how this works, or just knew general finance, then maybe they would have had better luck and wouldn't have had a $15 million loss. We've seen here Akram noted that if the liquidators had used a function on Aave to immediately close the position by selling off collateral instead of pulling out excess collateral from the wallet, they would have preserved $15 million rather than the recovered $11 million. Therefore, the move by the liquidators led to a preventable loss of $4 million. Just goes to show. Moving on now, let's check in with the chat, see what's happening over here. We currently have, let's take a look. We have, again, 33 likes on today's live stream. Please make sure to like and subscribe and press the bell notification button so that you don't miss our daily live streams. We do these every single day at 11 a.m., keeping you up to date with the latest cryptocurrency news and taking a look at the market so we all know exactly what is going on. Let's make sure to follow along and put your email in the email box on cryptosavingexpert.com. Moving on to the next article we have here, the Thai SEC issues new rules for crypto custody providers. According to a press release, the Thai SEC issued the new guidelines to protect crypto investors from unfavorable events similar to the ones that happened last year. The new rules were outlined in 3 major segments, including clear policies and guidelines for overseeing the risk management of digital assets. Thai SEC also requested that digital asset custodians communicate with regulators and create action plans for work supervision to ensure compliance with such policies. So we're going to see a lot more regulation within the next couple of years. It takes a long time for these to actually be put into place, but the discussions are beginning, and we'll see this happen a lot. I think FTX has been a catalyst for a lot of this, but a lot of it was expected to come in at this point in time anyway. Reese says almost at the like goal on my end, 42 as of typing this. Let's go that get 50 likes for this stream. Yes, please. Mine may not have updated correctly. It's a bit slow updating the like button. But yes, make sure to like and subscribe, please. Thanks for letting me know, Reese. Let's take a look now at the next article here. We have crypto developers skyrocketed in 2022 despite price crashes. So we're seeing people build in the bear market, and this is exactly what we need to gear ourselves up for the next bull market. Despite a 70% decline in the crypto prices last year, the number of monthly active developers in the cryptocurrency space in 2022 surged by 5% to 23,343 from the previous year. Also, 2022 saw the highest number of crypto developments in history. More than 61,000 developers contributed code for the first time in the sector, an all-time high. So we're seeing more and more development building on this technology that we've built. We now have the blockchain technology. We're seeing it be interacting in different traditional industries in different ways. I was speaking to someone about this yesterday. We're seeing the music industry getting disrupted by decentralized streaming platforms. We're seeing all different industries being disrupted by the technology, but it's now getting people from Web 2 to Web 3. And taking a look at that, we need to make that an easy process. Central bank digital currencies, although the government don't want to, are actually a step towards Web 3. We're seeing Reddit did a online digital collection. They were actually NFTs, and to sell that collectible that you could buy straight with your card, you needed to go to an NFT marketplace like OpenSea. So people are getting pulled into Web3 without even realizing sometimes. Or we're seeing different NFT profile pictures being integrated into Web2 platforms like Twitter and Instagram. So we're seeing this development from Web2 to Web3, and we're seeing more developers in Web3, and the more there is, and the more we can build utility in the space, the more it will attract people into cryptocurrency and into Web3. Let's take a look now at the next article. We have Bitcoin is close to eclipsing its 2013 record of consecutive winning days. So we have seen that in 2013, where is this number? In 2013, we saw how many days in a row? Bitcoin then began a consolidation. No, we want to look at this bit here. Do wait here. Bitcoin started 2023 on a solid note and seems set to equal or exceed its longest period of gains since November 2023. January 2023 will perhaps go down in Bitcoin history as the number one digital asset managed to erase losses due to FTX's collapse in a span of 2 weeks. Before the FTX collapse, Bitcoin was trading at levels of $21,200. The FTX fiasco caused massive selling that began around November the 6th, 2022, when rumors started to circulate that the exchange was insolvent. This led to SBF declaring bankruptcy. And we saw now Bitcoin, in the positive news, we've seen Bitcoin's value has increased for 13 consecutive days in 2023, thus approaching its longest span of gains since November 2013. Now, this is giving me a little bit of fear. And when things are looking too positive, that's when I get a little bit fearful. We can see here the author of Crypto's Macro Now newsletter told Bloomberg that Bitcoin's gains might result from macro investors getting back into crypto. It seems that macro investors are coming back in, but tentatively, and Bitcoin is the gateway asset, the one that would most likely on board first. I completely agree, and I think a lot of people were listening to those people that were shouting for $10,000 Bitcoin. In my opinion, right now, taking a look at CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin is up at 21,214. For us to drop over 50% to $10,000 right now, we would need something catastrophic to happen within the industry, and I just don't see that happening. And this is why it's always important to not look for a specific bottom price and just dollar cost average during the lows and take profits during the highs. We may have a retest. We've seen huge bounces in the bottom of a bear market before. Let's try and bring up a new trading view. Let's see if we can bring up a new tab and see if that works, or if this is going to, no, it's not going to work for us today. But right, we've seen in the Bitcoin markets, in the bottom of the bear markets before, we've seen huge bounces and then a retest of those lows. So it's not saying that the markets are up for good now. We're going to see a huge amount of volatility no matter what. This is cryptocurrency, and that is exactly what you should expect if you are in this space. And my personal strategy, nothing is financial advice, but dollar cost averaging through the bad times and taking profits through the good times so that you have that liquidity again to take to dollar cost average again if the markets see a pullback is the most profitable strategy I have ever used, and I swear by it. Ryu said, what do you think, market will go up or down today? Well, we are waiting for this breakout from this channel. Let's see if I can if I can log into TradingView so we can see what's happening here. It'll be much easier for us. Let's see if we can log in. Oh, it's not as simple as I would have hoped for. Here we go. No, that's not as easy. We'll try and log into TradingView so that we can take a look at the charts. Here we go. We're in. We can have a look. Bitcoin, USDT. You can't see exactly what I'm doing right now, but I will show you now. Here we go. Taking a look at this. We have, moving on to the 1 hour chart, we can see here we have this ascending channel. We have a level of resistance that's running straight through here at $21,540, and we have a level of support running at this point here at $21,030. Now, I was speaking about this at the start of the live stream. For those that weren't here yet, you can see here we are in this ascending channel. There's so much debate on crypto Twitter right now. Bull market, bull flag, bear flag. What's going on here? I think it's just an ascending channel. There's so much debate over on crypto Twitter, but it really doesn't matter. It's an ascending channel, and we're waiting for a breakout of that level of support or of that level of resistance. And when we do, we'll know about which CME gap is a stronger magnet for us. We have a CME gap down at $20,000, and we have a CME gap up at $28,000. Both are going to act like magnets. But what we do know is, on the bullish scenario, there's a lot of FOMO right now from those that didn't buy the dip and didn't dollar cost average. There's also a lot of there's a lot less fear in the market, which is a bearish signal to me. If there's not much fear, that means that the markets goes in the point of most pain, and that is the end point. The markets move in the direction of most pain. So we need to watch out for both of those scenarios. And the best way to do that is to look at the shorter time frames, look at this channel, and see which way we see a breakout of first. I also would like to point out that I do believe that we only see a breakout when the candles close above or below those levels of resistance or support. So if the price moves down to here, but there's no candle that is closed below this level, I wouldn't class that as a breakout until we see the 1 hour candle close below that level of support or below that level of resistance. And I also very much like it when we use that level of support as a resistance or a level of resistance as a support. So that is what we are waiting for today. Also on the edge of our seats, we've been in this channel, which is a very small price range, since the 14th of January. So it's been 4 days now that we've been in this channel, and that is why we are expecting a breakout in the short term, one way or another. We did have a small level of support in here for a while, but we have broken through that. So we are now, it looks like we are likely to retest this level of support again, but we are literally just sideways movement in the middle of this channel right now. Harrigan said agreed, breakout and then candle close in said direction as confirmation. Yeah, that is what we are waiting for. And until we see that, I'm not putting any money on either CME gap being closed until we know which direction we're coming out of this channel. That will tell us a bigger story about what's happening on the bigger time frames. But right now, we are just closing in on that 1 hour time frame and waiting for some movement in one direction or the other for that. So let's see if we can put some indicators on here and see what's happening there as well. Taking a look at the RSI, completely neutral on the 1 hour chart. If we zoom out a little bit, pretty neutral on the 2 hour chart, pretty neutral on the 3 hour chart, slightly overbought on the 4 hour chart, but really you couldn't see. So it's looking pretty neutral. It literally is all depending on this breakout from this channel. We'll just have to sit on the edge of our seats and wait and find out when that happens. But until then, there's no indication of direction. We can take a look at the MACD as well, seeing what's happening there. Really close to that baseline again, no real indication. This is becoming a common theme in cryptocurrency. We saw this over the Christmas period where the MACD and the RSI were just both neutral. We're just waiting for a breakout on these smaller time frames to give us an indication of which way we are going. Reese said we hit the 50 likes. Let's go. Thank you very much to everybody who has liked and subscribed during today's stream. Let's see how many we are on. Oh, mine says 49 likes so far. But please make sure to continue hitting the like button and subscribing. We're on a mission to hit 10,000, not 10,000, 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so we can get one of those nice big plaques and I can put it up behind me. So that is all of today's news. Somebody is asking about TAP, so let's take a look at TAP and see what's happening over there. one of Jordan's favorite altcoins of the year, I'd say. Taking a look on Bittrex so we can see what's happening. It's the trending on Bittrex. I believe it was trending on Coin Gecko at one point as well. We did see a high all the way up at 90 sats. So this is measured in sats, which is a unit of Bitcoin, just like a penny is a unit of the pound and the cent is a unit of the dollar or the euro. You can see here, these are units of Bitcoin. It started the year way down low at 2 sats, sometimes even touched 1 sat. And we've seen a nice move to the upside. We saw some sideways movement. Now we've seen a nice move to the upside. It's really, really healthy for markets like this to see some sideways movement and see some consolidation. If it was just going up in a straight line, that is more worrying than seeing these pullbacks and seeing that consolidation on those price levels. It is a very exciting project and it is a very strong investment for anybody that has invested into it right now. Obviously, a pullback isn't desirable for a lot of people, but it is important for the long term. If you're in it for the short term, maybe it's not exactly what you wanted, but in the long term, we need to see consolidation. We need to see supports being built so that we don't just have a complete free fall on the other side. So it's really important we see price action like this. It does have no reflection on the application or the price of the asset going forward. It just shows strength in the market is being built. And that's my opinion anyway. Taking a look back at CoinMarketCap, we are up 0.02% in the last hour since we started this stream and up 0.07% for Ethereum. We have $21,224 for Bitcoin and $1,576 for Ethereum. But I think that is pretty much the end of today's live stream. We've run through all of the news, taken a look at the Fear and Greed, gone in depth on the Bitcoin chart. So that is all from me. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to go to cryptosavingexpert.com and sign up for that very exciting newsletter that is coming very, very soon with a very big announcement on it. I'm very much looking forward to you all seeing what's in store for you this week. Let's finish today's live stream though. I will see you back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Thank you very much for watching.